Hey everybody, it's EK from EK Gorman Designs, and I am sneaking in today with my final collection of 5 fast cards featuring the January Love Story subscription kit from White Rose Crafts. This is the third part of my 3-part series where I make 5 cards that are simple and easy to create using just the supplies and maybe a cardstock or two from my personal stash. But it's really just the supplies and the kit. I don't go pulling out extra, dies and stamps and all these specialty papers. No, I pull out 5 card frames, A2 card frames, and score tape. And I think 1 sheet of black cardstock. And everything else comes from the kit. My first card is a layered collection of papers from the kit. If you missed the unboxing, I don't know how if you watch my videos because I always link to it. Anyway, if you missed the unboxing, I'll throw another link back up there so you can go see exactly what's in the kit. But for this card, I used 3 of the specialty printed, or not the specialties, 3 of the printed papers, plus 1 of the specialty papers. And oh, I'm sorry, here's a lie. This white cardstock I'm stamping onto, that's mine. That didn't come in the kit. But I figure most of us have white cardstock in our supply. But I did stamp out, oh, there's another lie. That's my black ink. Okay, I'm really failing today. I'm using really simple products that I already, anyway, you get my drift. You get my drift. Anyway, I'm layering this card and creating this card. And I decided for the sentiment that I'd set it off center. And I was sitting here looking at it being like, okay, I like this. It's kind of boring. So I pulled out actually the floral that I actually really haven't used from the kit and tried to figure out how to use it and realized that because I used score tape, there was places I could stick the roses back into the paper. And then I pulled out the Nouveau Morning Dew Drops, which actually do come in the kit, and used it as adhesive. Yes, the Nouveau Drops work perfectly fine as adhesive, and you don't have to go around running around looking for a different type of adhesive. It holds stuff just fine. And I thought when I added the roses, it actually looked really, really cute. Now, I'm going to have trouble sending this one through the mail, so this one won't go through the mail. This one will be given to somebody local where I can pop it in a slightly oversized envelope and not worrying about it getting crushed. I did slightly over white flour the card and pulled them back out at the end because I realized that less is more sometimes. Less is more! And there you go. There's my first card for this kit. I think it's fun. I think the layering of it works really nicely, and that specialty paper is so reflective. For card 2, I also decided to do a layering card, and here's where I pulled in the black cardstock from my personal collection. Again, I figured this was a colored cardstock that many of us crafters just simply have laying around. So I wasn't going to feel too bad about using a little bit of black cardstock. And I used, I think, half a sheet, not even a whole half a sheet, but what I had was half a sheet cut. So I wanted to back the printed papers that come in the kit with the black cardstock because it really does help them pop and stand out and feel just a little bit more special. I did, however, completely measure my entire card here, and so I had to figure out. I honestly have no idea what I did wrong, but with just a little bit of trimming, I was able to make it work. The printed papers matched up at the same size. Don't ask, sometimes I'm not real smart. But I like the effect. I like the love paper in the back, and I like the, I pulled out the Aspire Petalytics, I don't say that right, cardstock. This is the coolest cardstock. It's metallic, it's thick, and it die cuts like a dream. The die is included in the kit, and when you die cut on that metallic Aspire paper, it's just the coolest. It's so good. It's great. The love printed thing is actually from the ephemera sheet in the kit. It's a 12 by 12 ephemera sheet. Unfortunately, you have to hand fussy cut everything out. Actually, you don't. One of my team members showed how you could use your Circuit or your Scan and Cut to scan and cut everything. I don't have one, and I'm avoiding that type of machine at all costs. I'm avoiding it. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do it. So I fussy cut it out. I added a few of the limited edition, exclusive only to this kit, Sparkle Blend Sequins, which I thought was a nice little pop. and called card 2 done. This one was so simple, but I think the effect was quite nice. For card 3, I pulled out the decoupage layering. And these are from my personal stock. The wood-mounted stickers are from my personal stock. They're 3-dimensional tiny tab stickers. And I layered this up. I wanted to, and I think the first one I used, I did not do the 3-dimensional tape. I just adhered it to each other. So this one I wanted to really show how you layer up the cards. And it's really simple. It just takes a little bit of 3-dimensional tape to do it. Now, from this angle, it doesn't look, I mean, it looks kind of cool, but once you look at it in real life from just slightly off above, right above, it's the coolest effect. Again, not the easiest card to ship through the mail because of all the dimensions, so I just give it away locally. Actually, I'll probably save this one for my husband. Not necessarily a Valentine's Day card because it didn't go full Valentine's. I'll save it for some kind of I love you. Not our anniversary, that's in December. I made our anniversary card on one of my videos recently. But I'll save it for my husband because I can't give bottles of champagne to my children. It's, the hard, fast rule. Bottles of champagne just can't go to my kids. I pulled out just a slight bit of that black cardstock that I'd already used and trimmed it down to fit the A2 card. And this is nothing but a scrap of paper left over from some of my previous cards. I did pull out some of the lace and wanted to use some of the lace and just use my score tape to adhere it to the black cardstock. And yes, the score tape is strong enough to hold this delicate, heavy lace. And a second piece of score tape on the back got it to stick to the card just fine. It's funny, you don't see the lace. Like, it's not obvious the lace is there, and yet the lace creates such an impactful. I didn't use nearly enough lace. I have so much left over, and I'm really excited because that means I can play with the lace in other places. It's really cool lace. It looks delicate. It's not delicate. The card needed a little bit of a sentiment, so I pulled out the sticker pack and added the I'm yours. Again, not one for my kids. Definitely one for my husband. Can't give that one to a random friend. That one's for somebody I love, and that's just my husband. There you go, card 3. That one's super fast and really easy. For card 4, I paper pieced some more, and this is literally all just scraps that come from the baggie that I contain all the scraps from. While I'm making these cards, they were cards, I want to say 11 through 16 that I made from the kit. So we're talking you can get oodles and oodles and oodles of projects from the kit. Hadn't even planned for these scraps. Just went and looked to see what I had and realized I had 3 gray papers and that long strip of red and was like, okay, I'm done. Let's go. And started the process of building this card. Yes, the gray cardstocks are at 2 different levels. So I did layer them in a funny pattern to make sure it was sort of evenly spaced out, and by adhering them the way I did, I think I got the nicest layout I could considering they weren't all even. I think with what I have left over still, I could make 5 more cards. I think I'd have to be really creative in how I use the scraps of paper I have, but I think I could make, in fact, 5 more cards still with this kit. There's just so much you can do. There's so many different options and ways to craft and build. And it's funny, go look at all the different team members from White Rose Crafts, and you will see how different you can create using this kit. Because we all think so differently that, yeah. I added one more sticker to this, so it says Together, You and Me. This one I will give to a kid because I got a kid who thinks that they and I together can take on the world. So, Together, You and Me. And that will be my Valentine for one of my children. My final card today is just, I think this is the last full piece of paper I had. I was saving it for just this project. So I used one of the pieces of printed paper, and then I fussy cut out a whole bunch of different items from the ephemera sheet. I kind of like coordinated colors, and I wasn't real certain how I was going to lay it out, so now you get to watch me play around with how to space out a card. Yeah, it took me a minute, and I kind of wish I'd figured out how to get those banners in. I never did figure out how to get them in. They ended up getting thrown off to the side. And I just used the hearts and the presents. But it is a whole bunch of the ephemera from the card. So what I'm trying to show that you can do is take one of the printed papers and a bunch of ephemeras and make a really cool card. Again, I'm just using that Nuvo Morning Dew Drop to adhere everything down. It works. It's not the best adhesive in the world, but it works. If you don't have a liquid adhesive laying around, this is going to get the job done. And if you take a heavy block unlike what I did, it will work even better. Really needed a heavy, it needed one of my acrylic blocks laying on top of that sugar and spice. I just couldn't, honestly, I couldn't find my acrylic block. It got lost in all the shuffle of my desk. Desperately needed to clean my desk off. To make the card feel just a tad bit more special, I did take the Nuvo drops and fill in the hearts and the ribbons. And yes, I finished adhering everything down because I didn't do a good job the first time. But it works. It really does work. Don't take my bad adhering to show that it doesn't work. It's just I can't do things. But I did, yes, I added the Nuvos. You know, you can use your Nuvo drops for more than just little round dots on your card. I did add some little round dots, though. See, look. I used it in its traditional way. And there you go. There's card 5. I do think the Nuvo drops added a real special touch to the whole project. Thanks for peeking in today. I will tell you, as of recording this, there are, I think, 3 kits left. So if you want one, hurry over to White Rose Crafts right now because they are about to be gone. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you're feeling generous, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe. Otherwise, happy crafting.